Starting a career out of college is not an easy task, but making sacrifices in the beginning can go a long way. Keynote speaker and sports agent Molly Fletcher has been through this process before and has become successful in the end. Molly is a Michigan native that grew up representing the green and white.
I grew up in East Lansing, Michigan, and grew up on Oxford Road there by Abbott, 2 miles or something from Michigan State, and always wanted to be a Spartan and was fortunate and blessed to be able to do that.
During her time at MSU, she would play tennis for 4 years, but it took a lot of work to be on the team.
I had to kind of get in there and earn a spot, and I was fortunate to be able to do that and be able to compete there for 4 years, which has forever really changed the trajectory of my life, I'm convinced. And, and I tell young kids all the time, I think to be a student athlete is such a special opportunity. And to do it at a place certainly like Michigan State was, really just a dream come true.
When Molly graduated, she taught tennis lessons and saved about $2,000 to then pack up everything and move to Atlanta. Her first job was to answer phones for Super Bowl 28. After that, she started her first sports agent job.
And so it evolved, and then I found myself in the office of a small agency in Atlanta, and the CEO of the agency. We had about 4 or 5 clients at the time, and a couple employees, and he brought me in. I think I was 23 or 4. I was sitting on the edge of my seat, just sort of ready to do anything from go get him coffee, to pick up the laundry for the athletes, to whatever he needed me to do. And he hired me, for next to nothing, I think, and said, look, I want you to help take Lenny Wilkins, who was the head coach of the Dream Team for the Olympics at the time. I want you to sort of run him around to all his appearances and endorsements during the Olympics. And so I did, and Lenny was really great. And then my role was really to go get endorsement and appearance deals for the athletes. And that's what I spent my days doing until I realized how that business worked. And I sort of thought, gosh, we need to get more athletes, that we represent, right? Where we do their deals and manage their careers full on, where we negotiate their contracts with their teams. And in addition to obviously handling their endorsement deals. And how can we grow this?
The agency grew with clients, and one of Molly's clients was MSU's very own head men's basketball coach, Tom Izzo.
I was authentic and real, and I cared about him a lot as a person, certainly first and foremost, and as a coach. And we built a great relationship, and he still is a great friend. And, the truth is, and I told him this once, when you went up and down my client list of 300 guys, he is and will always be one of the favorite people that I had a chance to work with. Tom is, as we all know in East Lansing, an amazing human being, and who he is on the court and in his office, and he's just a really special man. He spends time with his guys. He's authentic. He's real. He creates clarity with his players. He holds them accountable. Puts a lot of guys into the NBA. If you want to get after it and work hard and you want a coach that's going to help you do that and love you all the while, he's a heck of a guy to play for. I don't have any sons, but if I did, I can promise you that's a guy that I would want to have teaching them and coaching them.
Molly then started to transition from being a sports agent to becoming an author and speaker. When making the change, one of her friends gave her some great advice.
But, it's like Arthur Blank, who runs, of course, and owns the Atlanta Falcons down here, has become a friend. And Arthur said, Molly, if you follow your heart and you stay focused on solving problems and serving people, you probably can't go wrong. And so that was kind of what I tried to do. And it, fortunately, I just sort of bet on myself a little bit, and it's worked out, really well. Now I have 4 books out. I'm writing a 5th now. I speak about 70 days a year, all over the world, really. And I can tell you I have more balance in my life. I'm certainly more fulfilled than ever. I love every single minute of being an agent, but I think like all of us in life, we evolve. We begin to realize what we're really good at and what we love the most. And, I feel grateful because I think I'm definitely have found my lane.
Molly also has advice to the younger generation that want to begin their career paths and make sure they are standing out in front of the pack.
jump online, get on LinkedIn, Twitter. You can follow these people. And, if you can get in their world, and then, one of the things I talk about when I speak, particularly to sales teams, is, act like you have the business before you have the business. Sort of send a message to the people that you want to work with of, you matter to me and you're important to me, and I'm gonna get in your world and try to add value to it. So if there's somebody that you want to work for, get in their world and then find things that are happening in their lives that maybe you can send them an article. Be different than everybody else, and usually that means taking time and having the courage to kind of put your neck out there and ask for what you want. So yes, it's competitive, but it's like I tell my 3 daughters, hard is okay. You can do hard. That's okay.